Hello, Kindreds. I'm Megan, and today I'm going to make a little pen pal envelope. I just jumped right in here. So these bits here are actually packaging from different like sticker packs and sticker flakes. I always keep these because there's lots of use for them still. I love breathing new life into old things. Here, I'm just kind of assembling different things that I want on this envelope. It's kind of interesting. I've been really drawn to this kind of pale blue color. And one of my best friends actually just sent me some happy mail in the same color palette. And it's kind of funny, the night before I was doing this little video here. So yeah, I'm just looking for inspiration in colors. I'm very much ready to jump into winter season, or not winter, more fall and autumn, and thinking of like pumpkins and those colors. So I'm trying to kind of make sure that I am spending some time in summer. These little washi bits, I love these. And you can see I'm going to go with this lovely lady here. She kind of looks like the friend the envelope is going to me. And I'm just cutting it apart, and that picture of the woman will be my base. I love women in art. Like I love John Waterhouse and those looks. And so I often use them in my journals or diaries and use those words interchangeably and in pen pal mail and stuff because it's just really what I'm drawn to. I think it is the old soul in me wishing I was one of these ladies, professional hobbyists, writing letters and walking the moor and just having an enchanted time. So, let me rewind and say welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Megan, and if you're returning, hey friends, haven't seen you for a while. So I started a journal channel back in around, I want to say 2014, 2015, somewhere in there. I'd have to look. And I have since privated all my videos for numerous reasons. There are a lot of people and things on there that probably should have been private. And so I'm just kind of doing a rewind here. But I've made some of my best friends through journals and pen pals and our collective love of these things. So I wanted to kind of join this community again, but try something a little different. And I hope you will stick with me as I explore. For example, I've never done a voiceover. And here I'm looking at what I created last night and I'm thinking, oh, it's a little bit far away. So I'll zoom in on the next video. But this is a process, and this channel is my diary in a way, right? So in that sense, I am learning and you are opening the pages with me. I love the word diary. There's something kind of romantic and old worldly about it, right? I do use the word journal too, very interchangeably. I really, really enjoy both creating, so doing the decorations for pen pal mail and also in my journals. I love the written word too. I do have journals where there's very little to no decoration and I'm just writing. And it's a balance. Since I could hold a pencil, was writing and always cutting little things out. And so my journals are a great way to house that. And I really enjoy decorating pen pal mail. I do believe when I receive letters that the content and reading about my kindred's day and how they are is most important. See this little box here, sorry, that's actually wallpaper in my left hand that I used to cover an old bookshelf. But there's lots of bits in here that are packaging, and then I've got these little bits that are also just like little pressed flower paper. And I have a little basket full of bits of paper that I think are pretty, and I would love to soak them and make my own paper out of them. So stay tuned for that later this year. I really enjoy layering envelopes and collaging, so that's what I'm doing here, kind of. And it's harder to tell in a video or a picture, but I think it gives it a lot of dimension. I love layering stickers and all sorts of things. So yeah, so my My return to YouTube here will be a little bit of a slow go. I am really I'm not trying, I am doing live with intention and a slower pace of life. Life has changed a lot for me in the last year and a half or so. I got married last year. I now have a cat and a dog. And if you have tips on getting cats and dogs to live together, I am all ears, or leave it in the comments for me. If there are videos that you missed from me, please let me know. I did just private all my old videos. I may re-release them. I have been keeping journals and diaries since I was a little girl, and I've got quite the library of journals here, and I would like to do a little flip through of my old books if you're interested. And there are, I think, my last 3 or 4 journals I have not done any flip throughs through at all. I am also looking at changing some of my journaling style. I typically just decorate kind of like I am here and then write. I have been very, very into reading this year. I've always had a love of literature, particularly I love English literature. I love the Bronte sisters. I love Jane Austen, of course. I also really love childhood tales. So Lucy Maud Montgomery. I absolutely fell in love with The Blued Castle this month. I had never read it all the way through. I think I'd listened to part of the audiobook or something, and it really hit me, especially at this phase of my life, being a little bit more mature, because the main character in that, Valency, is 29. And so I may do some little shorts with book reviews, and I have a little bookshelf here. You may have seen it on Instagram. My Instagram is Meagansdiary. If you're not following me there, let's be friends. And I am wanting only to keep books that are precious to me. So there are some books that I've read, I like, but I don't love. Blue Castle, life-changing. If you haven't read it, it is another L.M. Montgomery book. And Maud just really speaks to what it is to be a woman in that book. It's very groundbreaking in some ways. It's very feminist, but very Christian and loyal, and there's a great arc for the character. And if you love Anne, you will love Valency. So that said, yes, I love lots of childhood favorites, Secret Garden, Anne of Green Gables. Those I've reread this year, but I also really love a good scary, macabre. I don't love slasher kind of films or books, but I do love kind of whodunits. I've been gobbling up Frida McFadden books this year. But yeah, so lots to talk about, lots of little juicy things. I'm just adding to this envelope here. I often will pen pal, write my journals, decorate things while I'm watching journaling videos. And so that's why I haven't done many process videos in the past, but I think I'm going to start doing them. And you can see I'm a very messy creator. I'd love to say otherwise, but I've got to make a mess to make art. And art isn't always pretty, in the beginning. And I'm leaving just enough room on this envelope so I can write this is going to my friend Nina. I'm going to write her name in there. I also have a little label maker, so sometimes I will print a label and then stick that on. I have really covered this. There are a couple envelopes, all I can fit is the name, and so I stick them in like a clear plastic, and then I'll put the actual mailing label on. I'd love to hear if you enjoy pen paling or journaling, how you got into the hobby. Let's talk in the comments. I really enjoy how the journal community is very interactive here. So feel free to talk to me. And look at my poor scissors. These are my crafting scissors, and they have beyond lived their life. I have a lot of trouble, and you probably have already seen this, tearing the backs off of stickers. I love this roll. This roll is just blue flowers. I also have this in pink, I think. So I did purchase some special like craft tweezers. They just have not arrived yet. And One thing I think to my journaling style and creating style and pen pal letters is it's gotten a little bit more mature, a little bit. I love cottagecore. I love vintage. I love that style. And so it's gotten a little bit less from like puffy stuff and kitty stickers. I was never super into that, to be honest. Always kind of had that granny soul. Yeah, look at, she's almost done. Maybe one more sticker or two, Megan. And it's funny when cottagecore was started taking off and having that name, people were like, "Is this you?" And it's like, yes, that is me. So whether you enjoy that aesthetic or not, I hope that you will join me on my little journaling journey here. I definitely enjoy making different things for different people in their style as well. And I do think about my pen pals when I create their things. Like a little bit of me and a little bit of them goes in, and a whole lot of love. I've also been collecting postcards a lot, like really beautiful artwork postcards. And I think this one is just about done here. I'm going to kind of press everything down, cut it. I've been loving like the ginghams and the plaids too. So there is some of that incorporated. Let's do a little bit closer look. Oh, I forgot I did this. Oh, I did write her name on there. And here you are in my front garden, and I will write her address and get that off.